Yeah, ENTPs are very like. Actually, yeah. I feel like when I say ENTPs are very, it's like generalizing.
Yeah, I don't want to generalize, but like based on the ENTPs that I've met and my experiences with ENTPs, I feel like they're very charismatic.
They are.
Yeah, they have some charisma about them that's very admirable.
They do.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna move on to our next topic, which is MBTI, Myers-Briggs. Kind of want to start off with like a disclaimer. I feel like, so MBTI, it's like a personality test. It's a personality typing indicator, and the purpose of MBTI, I feel, is not to put anyone in a box. It's not to like stereotype people or to compare people. Like every type is equal. All types are equal. No type is better than any other type, and no type is superior to any other type. No type is inferior to any other type. And I think for MBTI, part of the purpose might just be to understand our preferences in how we view the world and we take in information and process it. It's not really about like specific behaviors. Like different types could exhibit similar behaviors and the same type could exhibit different behaviors. It's really just like a mental model, and it's just for fun, nothing like too serious. Like I wouldn't take it too seriously. I think it's just interesting to learn about and kind of learn about how you think and how other people think. Yeah, I already briefly asked you guys this, but do you guys know what MBTI is?
I do, and I can guess his because he doesn't know.
Okay. Can I like guess yours?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I think you might get it wrong though.
I might.
People are usually surprised by mine.
Yeah, I feel like there's like 3 that I'm thinking of.
This is gonna make no sense to you. You're gonna be like, right.
Just like nod your head.
I
I know. Since you're saying like people usually get it wrong, I feel like people would usually assume you're extroverted. And if you're not extroverted, then I think you're INFJ. Wait, actually, don't tell me. Okay. Poker face. I feel like within the first like 10 to 20 seconds of me meeting you, I thought you were ENFJ.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could also be ENFP, but I'm pretty sure you're J. Or and I don't think you're INFP for some reason. Watch you be an INFP. Yeah, I'll just say INFJ.
You're actually pretty close, yeah.
Okay.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
I'm an INTJ, but I think I'm actually starting to become a little more INFJ though. And
awesome.
Ever since I was 16, I've been INTJ, but the T and the F have always been very close. So you actually did really well.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. I get along really well with INTJs.
Oh, so, awesome, yeah.
And INFJs. But yeah, I think like my interactions with INTJs, it's like, do you know cognitive functions?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna sound like make no sense to you, but it's like.
It's not.
I agree.
Yeah. Like we share the first, whether you're INFJ or INTJ, we share the same first cognitive function, which is introverted intuition. Do you know like the cognitive stack, like the first 4 cognitive functions of each type, or like?
I know what like each of the letters means.
Oh, okay. So basically you can do it by letter or you can do it by cognitive functions. And basically, okay, I'm gonna try to do like a very quick explanation of what it is.
TLDR, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really even like know it too well. Like I've like read some like descriptions, but I think there's every person has 8 cognitive functions. 4 of them are unconscious, I think. The first 4 are the main ones we use to kind of interact and interpret the world around us. Our first cognitive function, our dominant cognitive function, is basically the one that we're always using. And every cognitive function is either introverted or extroverted. Introverted means it's focused within yourself. Extroverted means it's focused on the world around you. So for instance, my first cognitive function is introverted intuition. It's like NI. And basically what that is, it's like within my own head and you're just constantly connecting like abstract ideas. So since it's my dominant, I'm using it all the time. My second one is extroverted feeling, FE. And so extroverted means it's like focused on the external world, and extroverted feeling is like you can feel other people's emotions, you can like empathize a lot with other people, like you look to social, you like find importance in social harmony and peace, versus like if you had introverted feeling as a cognitive function, it would be like you are very in touch with your own personal values and your own personal feelings and emotions. And since that is my extroverted feeling is my second cognitive function, basically like it kind of runs out. I'm not using it all the time. That's why I'm an introvert. Like I can't always be taking in other people's emotions or else I'll be drained. So it's like the dominant is most important, and then it like you use it less and less kind of. That was like a pretty bad explanation, but
no, I think that was actually pretty good.
but yeah.
So are you an INFJ?
Yes, I am.
There you go.
So yeah, INFJs and INTJs share the same first cognitive function, which is introverted intuition, but your second one is extroverted thinking instead of extroverted feeling, which is mine. Extroverted thinking, I think it's like, yeah, honestly, I can't really explain it. It's like focus on the outside world, but you're like, it's like very logical. Like my third is introverted thinking, so I kind of know about that, but I haven't read too much into the other functions. Yeah. Do you want to like guess?
Yes,
his?
I do. I already know what he is.
Okay. What do you think he is?
I was gonna say ISTJ.
Oh, interesting.
I think although I am not sure about S versus N.
Oh, okay. Do you actually want to take the test right now? Like, okay, so.
Oh, now I'm nervous. Now it's like now there's stakes to this.
Because, okay, I feel like
What is this called?
16personalities.com. I think that's the main one people use. So yeah, I think like the test like sometimes is inaccurate. Like it is it's like it is an online test, so sometimes it's inaccurate. But what I found is that like honestly, it's like more accurate than you like. I'm like pretty impressed at how accurate it usually is. I think I feel like if you answer honestly, like there's a good chance like the like result will be like what your type is. But I feel like if you really want to make sure that your type is right, like it's best to like read into cognitive functions. You can kind of type yourself or yeah,
I don't know much about do that. Be honest, bro.
Okay.
I don't know much about cognitive functions, but I was just taking it letter by letter.
Okay.
And just kind of seeing which one I thought he was more.
Do you kind of want to have a discussion on like our types like
Sure.
while he takes it, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, that might take a while.
Okay, cool.
Hurry up.
So,
I got you.
like, have you read much into like kind of like traits or like preferences of an INTJ, and like do you like resonate with it, or like what are your thoughts on MBTI in general?
Yeah, I think again, like as you said, it shouldn't be taken super seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I think people kind of tend to typecast others when they hear MBTI or like any kind of personality test, but it really is just a more introspective thing, in my opinion. I haven't really looked too deeply into like what being an INTJ means, but when I did read like the initial test results, I was like, yeah, that seems about me. And then I also saw that I think Michelle Obama's an INTJ, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Ooh,
yeah, I know. But yeah, I mean, I think it's, again, these personality tests, they're more of a way to kind of reflect on yourself and reflect on how others might see things differently than you versus like, oh, versus like saying, oh, like, for example, they're an ENTP, like, I can't get along with them, you know?
Yeah, I think that's like really, it's like surface level to generalize that a personality type is like bad or like anything negative about it, I guess.
Yeah, I see it very similar to like all these personality tests or like things like that, like astrology as well. I see astrology as like just like a fun way to like look into people and like how, you know, someone else might see themselves or how someone else might see someone else versus like, oh, they're a Libra, like I cannot talk to them. You know, like if that makes if that resonates with anyone.
Yeah, I don't know anything about astrology, but yeah, I think like MBTI, it's like, I guess it's interesting because like a lot of people don't believe in it because it's like pseudoscience, you know. But I think I like find a lot of truth in it, or I like see a lot of truth in it, and of course it's just like generalization, so it's not like set in stone. Like it's more of like I feel like it could help you understand your mind better and like other people's minds, and I feel like just like reading about other types and how they think, like it really helped me better understand like the world around me, and like just the differences in thinking, I think is like very interesting to think about. When did you like learn about MBTI, and like when did you like first take the test?
I first learned about it and took the test in AP psychology actually in high school.
Okay.
So I was like 16 years old at the time, And back then, when you're in class, you just want to do anything fun. So like that was really fun to do and like understand how other people saw, like as your first introduction. And then over the years, I would try to retake it, and I was always the same. But I knew a lot of my friends who had changed over the years by like their experiences.
I see.
Yeah.
I think the first time I heard about it was like my friend told me about it when I was in like 7th grade, I think. Or actually it might have been like earlier than that, but I was like completely mistyped. Like that was not accurate at all. I think I might have taken it like many years ago, and I think I got like ENTJ, and that's like I'm definitely not ENTJ.
Yeah, I mean also you probably took it when you were like 12 or 13, which is very different than who you are now.
Yeah, and I think like I don't know, like at first I wasn't like too interested. I like read, well, when I got INFJ, I like read into it. I was like, oh, like some of it resonates, but like, this could like describe a lot of people, or like a lot of people could relate to this. It's like really generalized and everything. But I feel like once you read more into cognitive functions and all of that, there's like so many articles, like in-depth like articles and all that. I haven't read too deep into it, but it's like really fascinating to learn about. And also it's like interesting to learn about how like the unconscious functions, like the shadow functions, or like last 4 functions affect our mind. Like they affect our minds in ways that we're like not really aware of, or like that like don't come up often. How far are you through the test?
87%.
Oh wow, that was kind of fast.
Yeah, that's really fast. That's
being truthful, or are you just trying to?
No, I'm truthful.
Okay. I'm nervous now. I said it so like definitively. I was so sure of myself. I definitely know I got the I right though. And I think they also added like a letter at the end. I think it's like either T or A, where T is like turbulent and then A
assertive.
is assertive.
Yeah, do you know which one you are?
I think the last time I took it, I was INTJ-T, so turbulent, but I think I might be more A now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't taken it in a couple years.
Yeah, I haven't read too much into turbulent versus assertive, but I think it's like turbulent, you might be like more reflective, anxious, worried about the past. I'm not sure. Like, do you know?
That's how I perceived it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I also didn't really read into it that much. I saw turbulent and I was like, cool, that's another way to describe me, I guess. Did you get it?
Yeah, what did you say?
What did I say? I said ISTJ.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nice.
I knew it. I
You
knew
know
it.
me.
I do.
You
7
know each other
years.
very
That's
well.
7 years.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Did you get T or A? Turbulent or assertive?
I think
Like,
you're
both?
turbulent. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we were talking about how turbulent is like you tend to like reflect upon the past and like kind of worry about like the mistakes you've made, and like versus assertive, I think you're more like, I don't know if I don't want to say confident. It's more like you
Sure, like sure of yourself, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
For
or
lack
like
of better words, yeah.
Yeah. Or like also like you've made mistakes in the past, but it's kind of like it doesn't bother you as much, or you don't spend your time being anxious about it, and you kind of look more into the future. And there's like pros and cons to both of them in different ways. I don't know too much about it. ISTJ. My mom is an ISTJ. Baba, can I like talk about your guys' MBTI?
Gotta get consent. Yeah. Very important.
Yeah, my dad is an ISFP, and it's like really interesting because I think I started learning about the intuitive types first before I started learning about the sensor types. And initially I thought, since I didn't really know about sensor types, and my dad does like abstract thinking in the sense of like sometimes thinking about like the meaning of life and stuff like that, so I assumed he was intuitive, but I wasn't sure. But then he took the test, he got ISFP, and I didn't really know much about that type, so I read into it, and I was like, wow, like once I learned more about ISFPs, I was like, wow, like this test can actually be like really accurate. I think like ISFPs are the most intuitive sensors. They have like introverted intuition as their third cognitive function. I feel like ISFPs have like I'm just rambling about my dad's personality type. like ISFPs have like a really good balance of like, I feel like they can both be like really focused in the moment in the real world, but also sometimes delve into more abstract thoughts. Not that either is better than the other, but it's like, I feel like, yeah, it's interesting to like have that like very specific balance. For ISTJs, I don't know, should I talk about like like what I've noticed in ISTJs or like
Sure.
I don't know. Okay.
She can tell things about you, about yourself that you didn't even know.
So you guys, I feel like you guys are like really good with routine, like really on schedule. My roommate in my freshman year of college, I think she's an ISTJ. She's like super sweet. Yeah, she's like very, very good with scheduling, always like plan weeks in advance and had like a calendar up on the wall. And yeah, like very good with like detailed tasks. Yeah, how would you describe yourself?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I like to have a calendar be detailed and have everything planned out as far as possible or as detailed as possible.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, really cool. Yeah. Also, if anyone wants to know my brother's MBTI, I'm just giving the whole family MBTI. Wait, I feel like, is this personal information? I feel like...
That's up to you to decide.
Because I feel like, okay, I think the interesting thing about MBTI is like, not to like make assumptions. I feel like I have to word this carefully because like, not to like make assumptions about people or like, I feel like there's a fine line between like stereotyping people and kind of better understanding them. Like there's a fine line with that, but
Right, and this is based on the test too. It's not just like
and like basically I feel like MBTI is like knowing someone's MBTI if they're typed correctly is one of the fastest ways to kind of learn about their mental models and kind of like just understand a little bit about how they view the world, not how they view the okay, how do I word this, like how they like take in data from the world around them and how they like interpret and how they process that data. So I feel like me sharing my family's MBTI is like
invasive.
I don't know.
I think it's not invasive. I
Okay,
think
yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, that's up to you to decide.
Yeah, I feel like it's like if you know a lot about MBTI, you'll like pretty quickly kind of like, I don't know, like you'll understand, like I feel like that's the fastest way to understand people in like one sentence or like in 4 letters. I don't know, but my brother's an ENTP. Yeah.
I like ENTPs generally. now I'm like nervous about how I talk about it.
Yeah. It's like hard to like I don't know how to like word it correctly. You know, it's like you have to be like very careful about your wording.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. ENTPs are very like. Actually, yeah. I feel like when I say ENTPs are very, it's like generalizing.
Yeah, I don't want to generalize, but like based on the ENTPs that I've met and my experiences with ENTPs, I feel like they're very charismatic.
They are.
Yeah, they have some charisma about them that's very admirable.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother's also very smart and yeah, ENTPs, he's also very extroverted, like very extroverted. I'm very introverted, so
So then your brother's the only extrovert of the family?
yeah. Yeah, I think we can wrap this up soon, but all right, final thoughts. What are your thoughts on like, well, obviously like we just introduced the concept to you like 20 minutes ago, so like yeah, you're very new to it, but like from this conversation, like what are kind of like some of your thoughts on MBTI? Like would you like want to learn more about it? Are you interested in it? Are you like not?
I think from what I've heard from you guys is it's a good window into a person's ideals and how they view life, I guess, or like view how they function. For a better word.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I feel like if you know that, it's easy to profile them. Not like
What?
it's easy to make it like a mental note of them.
That I thought you were just
I mean it's a good mental note of how a good view on how they are, how a person is, and you could adjust to that situation or that individual. So I feel like it's very good to. I would read up on it so I could have a easy way to learn about people very easily.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right.
Why did you react?
Profile them, bro.
I mean, that is true.
Also, yeah, that's why I probably won't make that many MBTI videos, because like it is really just generalizations, but
Interesting to talk about them.
it is, yeah. It's like fun to make them like once in a while, and yeah, it was cool to talk to you guys about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
I'm gonna hope that like recorded.
Just in time, the sun.